I have 10 things that you need to know if you are new at driving for Walmart Spark or if you're thinking about driving for Walmart Spark. Stick around and we're going to go over those. Number one, you do not have to accept any and every offer that you receive. It's okay to hit reject or let it time out, but just take what makes sense to you. Number two, whatever the estimate is for an offer that you receive, that is pretty much going to be your hourly pay for that hour, whether it's an offer for $12 or an offer for $25 or an offer for $6.50. Because most of the time, it's going to take you nearly that full hour. By the time you accept that order, you get that order loaded, and then you wind up getting those orders dropped off. It's going to take you nearly that hour. Now, you might luck out and get an express order or a shopping order in between, but if you take those, it's probably going to mess up your schedule for the following hour of the round-robin orders that come out once an hour. Number three, selecting reject is the same thing as letting it time out. Rejecting orders that make no sense, like those lowball offers, is not going to get you deactivated unless you continually reject the orders that are being offered or letting them all time out. You have to take some. You can't just let everything go, but just take the ones that make sense to you. Number four, on-time arrival. Usually, this has to do with your ASAP and express orders. Once you accept one, you have 15 minutes to get there. Anything after that would be considered late and it would go against you on your metrics. But as long as you don't have too big of an issue on that, you shouldn't have any problems. So just try to get there within 15 minutes of the designated time that you're supposed to be there. Number five, the loaders at Walmart are overworked and underpaid. So it's not their fault if you have to wait a little bit. Try to be courteous if possible. So we all have to work together, so just be nice. It makes the day much brighter for everybody involved. Ever out of the ball field and you would like to do a little videoing? I have a solution for you. How about a phone holder that mounts on the fence and video the ball game while sitting over here? Or perhaps you want to video your four-legged friends. You can set this phone holder up on the fence. Maybe you're not into dogs. Maybe you are into RCs. Regardless of what you are into, this little phone holder could be your solution. It's a lot better than carrying around a tripod. But wait, you may be thinking, what if all I have is a post? Well, I have a solution for that too. Might be a little difficult to see. This is a jaw clamp phone holder. You can hold the phone right there. The clamp itself will accommodate up to about 1 3/4 inch pipe or like a 2x4. You clamp down on it and you can use that as a phone holder. Both of these holders will hold a GoPro, whether you want to use the one with the clamp jaw or the one that will attach to a fence. Simple switching out. All you have to do, spin it around and get it on and off. Easy peasy. I'll put a link down in the description so you can check both of these out and see which one fits your needs, whether it's the clamp type or the fence type. Maybe both. Either way, I don't think you're going to go wrong. Number six, if you have two orders and one of them is ready and one of them is not, the loader has the ability to remove that order that is not ready. They can do that through their little handheld computer if they are trained to do it. Not all the loaders know how to do that, but that handheld computer has the capability of performing that process. So if the loader says he can't do it, ask him if he knows somebody that can. Because if you call Walmart Spark to have it removed, it's going to take you a while. And a lot of times a loader can just sit there and do it, and in 30 seconds, it's gone. Number 7, this has to do with express orders. Express orders, once they are received, are supposed to be ready within 20 minutes. However, things happen. They may be busy, and sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes they may just get notified on their handheld computer of an express order, and they ignore it because those express orders, those loaders have to go shop that order. And it's not the case all the time, but according to one of the loaders that I talked to, that happens. Now, the thing is, a lot of times they'll get that express order and they're busy. So as soon as they get through doing what they're doing, they'll go shop that order. But keep in mind, not everything is on that side of the store that they're on. They may have to go across the store, locate the items, and then fill that order. So it's not going to be within 20 minutes. I had one yesterday, as a matter of fact. I talked to one of the loaders that I know I was doing a shopping order, and he was doing an express order. I asked him about this. He showed me on the sticker they have, they received that at 4:04. And it was supposed to be ready for the driver to pick it up at 4:44. However, this was like at 4:41. And was obviously it wasn't going to be ready by 4:44 because he was still inside there shopping it and everything else and was only about halfway through that list. So things happen. So on those express orders, be a little patient because sometimes there's a lot more to it than what we think. Number 8, acceptance rate. Acceptance rate, a lot of people say doesn't matter, but in all reality, it really does. But it depends on how many drivers there are at that particular time in that particular area. So say you have a lot of drivers in one particular area, the higher the acceptance rate is, the better the odds are of you getting an order. A lot of times the acceptance rate doesn't matter because there's plenty of orders and there's just about the right amount of drivers or maybe even short of drivers. In that case, acceptance rate does not matter. But when it gets down to the very brass tacks of who they're going to pick, it's going to be the one with a higher acceptance rating. Now, I know a lot of people will disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. Does that mean to accept every order that you get offered to you to keep your acceptance rating up? No, not at all. You have to take what makes sense to you. Don't take those lowball orders just to make sure your acceptance rate stays way up there, because you're still going to get orders. They just might be fewer and far between. Not all the time, but sometimes. I would just try to keep it decent. It doesn't have to be great, but just decent, acceptable. Number 9 is proximity. Now, they say the closer you are to the store, the higher your chances are of getting an order. Now, with that being said, in my opinion, proximity only matters if there is only a certain amount of orders being sent out during that hour. If, say, you got 30 orders going out and you have 100 drivers out there, well, whoever's closest to the store is probably going to get that. However, if you got 100 orders going out and 30 drivers, it doesn't matter if you're sitting in that Walmart parking lot or if you're 10 miles away, you're still going to get an offer. So while proximity does kind of matter, in certain ways it doesn't. It just depends on how many orders are available to go out during that hour. Are y'all ready for this last one? This last one is kind of a perk. Number 10. If you've done at least 20 deliveries and you have a customer rating of 4.7 or above, which means in the green zone, you will qualify for the Walmart's Plus Rewards program, which means 10 cents off a gallon of gas. And there's some more perks that come in with that too, but that's the main one I use, is use it for the gas. It says you must meet both of the requirements by the last day of the month in order to qualify for this rewards program for the following month. So at least 20 deliveries and be green in your customer rating, which is a 4.7 or above. That's not hard to do. But remember, just one person can lie about it or something might not even be your fault. It may be somebody picked some avocados and they were hard as a rock and it made the customer mad. So that customer gives the driver a bad rating. So don't sweat it if you slough off on that customer rating a little bit, because it happens. And that's it for the 10. But wait, don't go away yet. I have a bonus just for you. Okay, here's the bonus. And it's more of a comparison between taking a lowball order and taking a good order. Now follow me on this. In an 8-hour day, you take 8 orders that are $9 each, going 4 miles each. That's $72 that you're going to make in that day, and you're driving 32 miles. Correct? We all agree on that, right? But what if you worked an 8-hour day, but you only took 6 orders? But those orders were $20 each. So now you've made $120 and you've driven less miles. You've only driven, if they're 4 miles an order, just like we calculated on the $9 orders, if those $20 orders are 4 miles each, then you've only invested 24 miles. That's all you've driven. You made more money with less miles. So as you can see, just taking any old order each hour is not beneficial, because not only do you make less money at the end of the day, you also drove more miles. So what I'm trying to say is, think about the orders you're taking and don't worry about if you sit in that parking lot for an entire hour and you don't get anything. Number one, you didn't spend any money on gas because you didn't drive in that hour. You didn't add no more miles on your car, which means no more extra wear and tear during that hour. And you've kind of lowered the risk of having an accident during that hour. Because, every time you get out on the road, you're at risk of having an accident. So why do you want to risk having an accident, put more miles on your car, spending more gas, and making less money by taking just a lowball order when you could sit there and miss 2 hours as long as the rest of your orders came in good? I know that's a gamble, but it's a gamble that I think the majority of you will see that it's worth it. Don't worry about taking an order every hour if you don't get a good offer. What YouTube, do something constructive. Read a book, anything. Just save your miles, save your gas, save your risk of having an accident, and take a better paying order that next hour, and that'll make up for that hour that you didn't have an order. So what I'm saying is, just don't take every order that you get. Think about them. Take what makes sense to you. I hope y'all have gotten something out of this. If you have, be sure to hit a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm inviting you now to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. And who knows what's going to be on the next video. And don't forget, we do have lives every Thursday night at 7 p.m. That's Central Standard Time, because I'm in Texas. Hey, y'all keep smiling, keep dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something, because you're going to grow old if you don't. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.